Hello everyone, and thank you for watching my Descent Part 2 trailer. Right, the Descent Part 2 takes place 2 days after the end of Descent Part 1, where, just to give you a brief backstory, the girls never filed their mountain rescue thing away, so of course the mountain rescue people are out looking for them because they haven't reported in. I'm sorry to have to spoil the end of the first one, but if you don't know why it is they didn't file it, it's because the majority of the girls were horribly and brutally murdered in a cave by creatures. Now that we've got the spoiler out of the way, we can continue with this. Now, like I said, the majority of girls died. The one who didn't was Sarah, and she's made her way out into the world. You're not really sure why, she alludes to it later on, but it's never fully explained how she gets out. Because she's also got amnesia! Yay! And she gets picked up by the local sheriff, and, well actually no, she gets picked up by an old guy, a creepy old guy in a van, who then takes to the hospital where the local sheriff finds her. So yeah. And they, in their wisdom and might, have decided, okay, she can't remember why, we picked up a scent down to this creepy mine shaft, we'll take her back because it's the smartest thing to do because her friends have been missing for days. And we'll only take a few people and not tell anyone where we're going. So if we die, there's nothing that anyone will do about it. That's it, my friends. It's, you know, textbook horror intelligence right there. I'm so glad people in this world aren't that stupid. Brain. Anyway, they get down there and nothing really happens for about, I'd say about 15-20 minutes. My timings could be off, but yeah, about 15-20 minutes down this thing, nothing happens until they find the video camera from the first one. Now, I don't understand the video camera bit because they drop it in the first one in the big boneyard and it's in a completely different place in this time. So did the crawler pick it up and carry it for a bit? Did someone else find it and carry it for a bit? You never really understand why it has moved location so much. It's pointless, and the timing is brilliant really when you think about it, because just as on the film the creature appears from the first one, that's when you see the first creature from the second one to attack someone. So I have to admit, the creatures, they do have really good timing, but hey. Anyway, as it goes on, the people in this company you don't give a crap about. At least in the first one you gave a crap about some of the girls. This one you don't really care who's dying. Some of them you actually hope they're going to die because they annoy you a bit. You got 3, okay, well, 2 normal climber rescuer people who are, you know, in love, I suppose. They're the couple who are like, oh, we like each other, but we're not going to say we like each other until we're about to die. That's the sort of annoying couple they are in this film. So yeah, they die. Spoiler again. Fuck you. Anyway, as we get on with that, there's also their guy who's in charge, who's, you know, come down with him, a sheriff and a deputy, and of course Sarah, who doesn't remember anything until just before the shit hits the fan. Like I said, good timing all around, horror intelligence, all that. Anyway, I'm going to mention this now as well. The first guy dies horrifically. First he gets his fingers bit off, then he just dies. And Sarah decides, you know, I'm going to make a snazzy remark to the terrified deputy in front of me. That's right, in a time of you're stranded in the dark in a cave with creatures trying to kill you, what does she do? She makes a sarcastic comment. Funny as it is, it's still a bit of a dickish move. At that point, as the deputy, I'd be thinking, fuck you, Sarah. Anyway, the sheriff, on the other hand, he decides to just waltz on. He just fucks off for a bit. So yeah, and also, he decides to take a gun with him. Now, originally you'd think, yeah, that's a good idea, actually take a gun with you just in case. But no, because the guy, the expert of caves, tells him, no, don't take a gun, it'll be like dynamite down there in your floor. If you fire it, he takes it down, he fires it, there's a rock slide, they're trapped, they get fucked over. Those are the 5 steps in this film that lead to disaster. And that's how it goes. Anyway, as they go on, as you could expect, people die, creatures die, more people die, creature turns up for a bit, then dies. And it really, like I said, the film splits into 2 sections. First off, you got Sarah and the deputy. Then you got the 2 cavers who are in love. And then you got the sheriff. And it takes that bit of a detour, really, because the sheriff, like I said it was 2 people, because the sheriff, you see him, he disappears. It's the 2 cavers and the girl then. You'll see the sheriff again later, much, much later. And I mean, like, freaking, there you go, 10 minutes before the end of the film later. That's when you get to see him again. In the meantime, however, he finds Juno, and Juno is another one from the film, and she was like the anti-Sarah. They were very much the two opposite matriarchs of the film. Sarah was the one who was, okay, she's the hero of the story, so you know she's going to come out on top. Juno, she's the streetwise girl, she's going to kick ass, but eventually you think she's going to die. At the end of the first one you do think she's dead, but somehow she survives, never explained why, especially seeing as she gets a freaking rock axe embedded in her leg, and then it doesn't even bother her. 2 days later it's healed up and she can walk again, but hey, what are you going to do? So yeah, they go through, and I've got to touch on this bit as well, a scene that I think everyone talks about if they talk about this film and have seen it, and that is the shit pit. You heard that right, that is how it's referred to in the film, that is how it's referred to in the director's commentary and everything. It is the shit pit scene. And basically they fall out this giant hole, land, and they land in a shit pit, where for some reason all the crawlers have decided this will be our toilet, we will go here, it's a nice roundly egg-sort thing in the rock, this will be our shit pit. And that's it. And for some reason 2 girls fall. It takes about 5 minutes to figure out what it is, and then they realise it smells. So yeah, they kill 1 crawler in there, and that's it. It's quite literally only a 5-minute scene, but it's one that everyone I've seen talks about, so I figure I better talk about it too. What are you going to do? So yeah. Anyway, as the film goes on, Sarah and Juno finally meet back up, and you can tell there's going to be a bit of a friction there for a bit, considering Sarah left Juno for dead, and Juno fucks Sarah's husband. So that's the sort of relationship they've got, but that's a typical teenage girl relationship nowadays. And yeah, so they have a mini scuffle, then decide, nah, nothing's wrong, we'll carry on with our lives and try and escape. So they go to escape, what happens? Kill a load of crawlers, Juno dies. Yeah, again, spoiler, but you could see it coming. Sarah's sad by this for some reason, because they had this bonding session off screen that no one saw. But hey, she's upset about that her friend has died. Which you can understand, I suppose, considering this now means that all her friends are dead, like she has fuck no one. All her other friends died in the first one, so yeah. And that's the how this one goes. And then finally the deputy crawls out of the hole, very much similar style to the first one, and oh, she's out, she gets hit on the head by a shovel. The creepy old guy from the first bit hits her over the head with a shovel and drives her back towards the hole. That is how funny it is. It's just a big circle really. Starts with old guy, ends with old guy. So the old guy should really be in the trilogy. You know, make a trilogy, just have the old guy story. I don't even know what his name is. He's just a weird old guy. That's how it goes. Now that I've ruined the story for you, and I've only got a few minutes left on the clock to talk about the actual film, I'm going to mention this. It is on par with the first one. The first one's not better, this one's not better. None of them's really worse than the other. I'd say they're on par. However, they did do some bits differently to each other. The crawlers look a little bit different in this one, just a bit more feral, I should say. So yeah. Also, the first one, the idea behind that was they didn't use any outside lighting from the film. It was all, like, they use a flare in the film, that's the lighting they use when filming it. This one, you can tell for a fact there's like a light somewhere off screen brightening up this cave. You can tell that. But it doesn't distract from it in any way, so you can forgive it. And I think I like how they've brought back the original cast as well, because like I said, although the girls are dead, they find the videotape and have a look through that, so you see them again, and also you see their corpses in like scattered around the cave, in like where they were left in the first one. So that's just a nice little homage to it, as opposed to the first one, especially seeing as it was done by different directors. But hey, anyway, thank you for watching this review. The Descent 2 Part 2 is a good film. You should definitely go see it. However, I was asked this, so I have to mention it. Only watch it if you've seen the first one. Do not watch it if you haven't seen the first one. I don't know what this person was thinking when they asked me if they could just watch the second one, not the first. Of course you got to watch the first one first. Classic, you know, sequel laws. I don't get that. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much, and see you on the next video.